Hey there. Imagine this. What if I told you that everything holding you back isn't your circumstances, your job, or even your luck, but your own mind? What if I told you that the way you think today is literally shaping the life you'll live tomorrow? Have you ever wondered, why do some people seem unstoppable no matter the challenges? Why do others, despite having all the resources, stay stuck in the same place? And most importantly, how can you train your mind to turn fear, doubt, and frustration into unstoppable power? If these questions hit home, then you're in the right place, because in this video, we're diving deep into The Mind is Everything, a book that reveals how your thoughts, beliefs, and emotions are secretly writing your life story, and how you can take control everything you need to unlock your inner power. Focus and clarity is hidden in these pages, and by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to start changing your mind and your life starting today. So stay tuned, because the answers you've been looking for, they're all right here in this summary. Chapter 1: The moment you realize your mind runs your life. Imagine sitting alone in a quiet room. Your eyes are closed, the noise of the world fades, and suddenly a tiny spark lights up inside you, a soft voice whispering that the most powerful force in your life isn't your muscles, your money, or your surroundings. It's your mind. This is where the book begins with a bold truth. Your mind is the architect of your entire life. Everything you feel, everything you achieve, everything you lose, create, or destroy, it all starts with the story your mind tells you. The author explains that the mind isn't some ordinary tool. It's an invisible engine that can lift you, break you, or completely redirect your destiny. A person grows only to the level their mind allows. What your mind accepts as true becomes your reality. That's why someone with no special background suddenly rises to greatness, and someone with potential slowly collapses. The difference? The script running inside their mind. The author describes two types of minds: the fear-driven mind, constantly doubting, overthinking, comparing, shrinking itself down. The awakened mind, clear, bold, and aware of its own power. The mind that says, impossible is just a closed door. Open it. This chapter teaches you to move from the first mind to the second, from fear to awareness. Your life doesn't change from the outside. It changes the moment you shift your thinking. Because thoughts aren't just thoughts, they become actions. Actions shape habits. Habits create your future. A confident mind leads to confident steps. A fearful mind leads nowhere, and that's the first truth the book drives into your heart. If you want to change your life, start by changing your mind. Chapter 2: Your thoughts shape the life you experiences. Chapter dives deeper into a truth most people ignore. Your outer world is nothing but a reflection of your inner world. Every day, thousands of thoughts run through your mind, some honest, some doubtful, some hopeful, some destructive. But the shocking part is this: you don't live your life. You live your interpretation of life. Two people can face the same situation. One grows from it, the other breaks. Not because the situation was different, but because their thinking was. The author explains that your mind constantly creates meaning. A failure becomes either a dead end or a lesson. A challenge becomes either a threat or a chance to rise. A setback becomes either proof that you're weak or proof that you're learning. It all depends on the lens your mind uses. Your thinking equals your experience. If your thoughts are negative, your life feels heavy. If your thoughts are empowering, your life becomes purposeful. Nothing outside you changes, only the way you think about it changes. This is why people with a strong mindset move forward even when circumstances aren't ideal. They don't wait for perfect conditions. They create progress because their inner foundation is strong. Your mind filters reality. Your brain is always filtering, deleting, and highlighting what it thinks is important. So if you believe I'm not good enough, you'll notice every mistake you make. I can grow through anything. You'll notice every opportunity hiding inside your struggles. Whatever you choose to focus on becomes your truth. Your patterns become your destiny. Our repeated thoughts form your patterns form your decisions, and your decisions shape the life you live. The author puts it simply: if you want a different life, train your mind to interpret life differently, because your circumstances don't define you, your mindset does. Chapter 3: Your mind is a magnet. It pulls you toward what you constantly think. This chapter introduces a powerful idea. Your mind attracts what it believes. Not in a magical or mystical way, but through focus, intention, and repeated patterns. Think of your mind like a magnet. Whatever thoughts you feed it every day, That's exactly what it starts pulling into your actions, decisions, and habits. Your dominant thoughts become your direction if your mind is filled with fear, or your choices become cautious. If your mind is filled with doubt, you hesitate at every step. But if your mind holds a vision, even a small one, your behavior aligns with it. The author explains it simply. Your life moves in the direction of your strongest thoughts. This is why people who constantly think about success slowly move toward it, not because life becomes easier, but because their focus sharpens, their decisions improve, and their energy aligns with growth. Your mind hears everything you say to yourself. Most people don't realize how much negative self-talk ruins their potential. I can't do this, I always mess up, I'm not capable. When repeated often, these thoughts become commands. Your mind obeys them. But when you flip the script, I can learn this, I'm improving, I deserve better, your mind starts creating new behaviors to match these beliefs. Your inner dialogue builds or breaks you. Chapter explains that your inner voice is the foundation of your confidence. If it's supportive, you grow. If it's destructive, you shrink, meaning even before you take a step in the real world, your mind either lifts you up or blocks you. Focus determines reality. Whatever you think about repeatedly becomes stronger. Think about problems, you feel stuck. Think about possibilities, you start finding solutions. Your mind isn't neutral. It amplifies whatever you feed it. The key message of this chapter: to change your life's direction, you must change the default settings of your thoughts. Because when your inner belief shifts, your outer life naturally follows. Chapter 4: Break the patterns that quietly control your life. This chapter reveals something most people never stop to question. You're not stuck because life is unfair. You're stuck because you keep repeating the same invisible patterns. Every day, your mind runs on old habits, old reactions, and old mental scripts, many of which you didn't even choose. But here's the real truth: you don't repeat your behavior because you want to. You repeat it because your mind is conditioned to. Two people can face the same challenge. One evolves from it, the other collapses. Not because life treated them differently, but because their internal patterns did. The author explains that your automatic reactions shape everything. A moment of stress becomes either a meltdown or a chance to practice control. A familiar fear becomes either a prison or a signal to grow. A comfort zone becomes either your safety or your ceiling. It all depends on the patterns you continue to follow. Your patterns equals your results. If your default habits are destructive, life feels chaotic. If your patterns support growth, life starts moving forward. Nothing around you changes, only the way you respond to it does. This is why some people rise even when life is hard. Their secret isn't luck, it's awareness. They notice when a behavior loop is pulling them backward. Your mind runs on loops, your brain loves shortcuts. It repeats familiar actions, familiar feelings, familiar excuses. So if your inner loop says, I avoid things that scare me, you'll back away. Every time discomfort appears, I'm capable of rewiring my habits. You'll take control instead of letting your impulses lead. Whatever pattern you feed becomes the one that dominates your life. Your loops become your lifestyle. Repeated reactions create your habits create your identity. And your identity shapes the direction of your entire life. The author makes it simple. If you want a new outcome, break the patterns that keep you tied to the old. 1. Because your destiny isn't written by circumstances, it's written by the habits you allow to run your life. Chapter 5: The Power of Choosing Your Direction. This chapter brings forward a powerful reminder. Your life isn't shaped by luck, it's shaped by the direction you choose every single day. Most people don't lack potential, they lack clarity. They wake up, follow the same routine, react to whatever comes their way, and hope success will somehow happen. But here's the truth the author emphasizes: if you don't choose your direction, life will choose it for you. Two people can start from the same point. One moves forward with intention, the other keeps drifting. Not because one is smarter, but because one chooses their path consciously. Your direction creates momentum. Every small choice pushes you closer to growth or pulls you deeper into stagnation. A simple decision like, today I improve one, creates long-term progress. A careless decision like, I'll start tomorrow, creates lifelong delay. This chapter explains that direction isn't about huge goals, it's about small, consistent choices that point you where you want to go. When you choose a direction, distractions lose their power, excuses lose their voice. Clarity becomes your new fuel. Your mind needs a target. Brain works like a GPS. It needs a destination to guide you. If you don't set one, you'll keep circling the same problems. When you decide, I'm building discipline, your actions start aligning with that identity. When you decide, I'm done repeating the same mistakes, your mind begins rejecting behaviors that sabotage you. Whatever direction you commit to becomes the path your life follows. Your choices become your future. Own day of intention becomes a week. 1 week becomes a month. 1 month becomes a completely different lifestyle. The author summarizes it simply. Your direction matters more than your speed. Even slow progress becomes transformation when you're walking the right path. Your future doesn't start someday, it starts the moment you choose where you're going. Chapter 6. Your beliefs set the limits of your life. This chapter highlights a truth most people never question. Your life can only grow as big as the beliefs you hold about yourself. We all carry invisible stories, some empowering, some damaging. But the surprising part is this: you don't behave according to your potential. You behave according to what you believe your potential is. Two people with the same talent can end up with completely different lives. One rises, the other stays stuck. Not because one is naturally better, but because one believes they can do more. Your beliefs shape your identity. Your belief system is the lens through which you view everything. If you believe, I always mess things up, you'll hesitate, overthink, and avoid challenges. If you believe I can handle whatever comes my way, you'll take action even when you're scared. Your beliefs silently influence your confidence, your decisions, and your reactions. Your mind protects what you believe. The author explains that the brain always tries to confirm your beliefs, even the negative ones. If you believe you're not capable, your brain highlights your failures. If you believe you can grow, your brain highlights your progress. Whatever you believe becomes the filter through which you experience life. Your beliefs become your boundaries. These inner stories turn into limits. Your limit for success, your limit for love, your limit for courage, your limit for what you think is possible. Most people are trapped not by reality, but by the beliefs they've accepted without question. Change the belief, change the behavior. The author makes it clear: before you build new habits, new routines, or a new lifestyle, you must build a new belief system. Because the moment you shift a belief like, maybe I can do this, your mind opens. Maybe there's another way, your fear weakens. Maybe I deserve more, your standards rise. Transformation starts within. Your beliefs are the foundation, and everything else in your life is built on top of them. Chapter 7. Change begins the moment you become aware of this. Chapter uncovers a breakthrough idea. You can't change what you're not aware of. People often try to fix their life by forcing new habits or chasing motivation. But real change doesn't start with action, it starts with awareness. Awareness is the moment you finally see the patterns, thoughts, and behaviors that have secretly been shaping your life. The author explains it like this: you can't escape a loop you haven't noticed. You can't fix a mindset you haven't questioned. You can't grow past a limit you haven't identified. Awareness is your turning point. Two people can have the same flaw or fear, but only one transforms, the one who becomes conscious of it. When you become aware of your reactions, why you avoid certain tasks, why you get triggered easily, why you sabotage your own progress, you gain power over them. Awareness turns unconscious habits into conscious choices. Your mind runs on hidden programs. Most of your daily behavior is automatic. You think the same thoughts, react the same way, follow the same routines. Not because you want to, but because your mind has been conditioned to do so. When you stop and observe these automatic patterns, you begin to understand what's controlling your life behind the scenes. Awareness reveals why you settle for less, why you repeat mistakes, why you fear change, why you resist opportunities, why you choose comfort over growth. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. Awareness creates freedom. When you're aware, every moment becomes a choice. You can pause instead of reacting. You can shift your tone instead of snapping. You can take action instead of procrastinating. You can choose growth instead of comfort. Awareness gives you the space to decide who you want to be before your old patterns decide for you. Awareness is the beginning of transformation. The author concludes with a simple truth: clarity is the foundation of change. When you understand your inner world, your outer world becomes easier to shape. The moment you become aware of what's holding you back is the moment you finally begin to move forward. Chapter 8. Master your inner dialogue. With this chapter reveals a game-changing idea. Your inner voice shapes your reality. Most people don't realize it, but the conversation you have with yourself every day, the thoughts you repeat. The words you say silently controls your confidence, decisions, and outcomes. The author explains it like this: you can't grow if your inner dialogue is working against you. You can't take control if you're constantly criticizing yourself. You can't build strength if you believe you're weak. Your inner voice is your hidden power. Every thought you repeat acts like a seed. If you keep saying, "I can't do this," your mind starts seeing it as truth. If you repeat, "I'm capable and learning," your mind begins searching for ways to prove it. The words you feed yourself daily shape your identity, either empowering you or holding you back. Why most people struggle. People get trapped because they react to every negative thought, past failure, or critical comment. This is called reactive thinking, letting your mind respond automatically instead of choosing consciously. The author highlights, if you don't notice your inner dialogue, it controls your emotions, actions, and ultimately, your results. Shift your inner dialogue. Mastering your inner voice is about noticing your patterns and choosing empowering thoughts. Catch yourself saying, "I can't," replace it with, "I am learning. I can handle this." Repeat consistently until your mind accepts it as truth. This isn't fake positivity, it's training your mind to focus on growth, solutions, and possibilities. Your thoughts drive your life. Thoughts, feelings, actions, results. Negative inner dialogue equals weak actions equals limited results. Empowering inner dialogue equals bold actions equals extraordinary results. Inner dialogue is your foundation. Your mind is always listening. Every word you say to yourself builds the reality you experience. Master your inner dialogue and you master your life. Chapter 9: Break Free from Limiting Beliefs. This chapter uncovers a simple yet powerful truth. Your beliefs shape your limits. Most people go through life unaware that the barriers they face aren't external, they're inside their own mind. The author explains that limiting beliefs act like invisible chains, holding you back from reaching your true potential. Beliefs control your reality. What you believe about yourself determines what you see as possible. If you believe, "I'm not good enough," every challenge feels impossible. If you believe, "I can learn and grow," obstacles become stepping stones. Beliefs aren't just thoughts, they're mental programs that guide your actions automatically. And unless you challenge them, they run your life silently. How limiting beliefs form from childhood, experiences, society, and other people's opinions shape your mental map. Over time, these maps turn into rules you follow without questioning. "I can't take risks," "Success is only for others," "I'll never be confident." The problem: you accept them as truths, not realizing they are just stories your mind has been told. The breakthrough: question everything. The author emphasizes a critical point. Awareness is the first step to freedom. Notice a belief that's holding you back. Ask yourself, is this really true? Look for evidence that proves otherwise. Once you challenge these mental limits, they begin to weaken. Slowly, your mind opens to new possibilities. Replace limits with empowering beliefs. It's not enough to remove a limiting belief, you must replace it with an empowering one. From "I'm not capable" to "I am learning." "I can improve every day." From "I'll fail if I try" to "Every attempt brings me closer to success." The author stresses repetition and consistency. The more you reinforce new beliefs, the more they become your new reality. Beliefs plus action equals transformation. Tools create beliefs. Beliefs drive actions. Actions produce results. Change your beliefs and your actions automatically align with growth and success. When your mind believes in possibilities instead of limitations, your life begins to follow naturally. Your limits exist only in your mind, and the moment you see them for what they are, you unlock a world of opportunities that were always within reach. Chapter 10: Habits are the pathways of the mind. This chapter explores a simple but powerful truth. Your daily habits shape your reality. The author explains that your mind works like a garden. Every thought and action you repeat becomes a pathway, a groove in your brain. Over time, these grooves dictate how you think, react, and live. Habits are automatic, not random. Most of what you do every day happens automatically. The way you start your morning, the way you react under stress, the way you respond to challenges. These are not coincidences, they are patterns your mind has created. And once a habit is established, it runs quietly in the background, shaping your life without you even realizing it. Small habits, big impact. The author emphasizes that even tiny actions, repeated consistently, have massive power. Reading 10 pages, Every day builds knowledge. Saying a positive affirmation each morning builds confidence. Choosing a single productive action daily compounds into long-term success. It's not about radical change overnight. It's about daily consistency that molds the mind. Breaking bad habits starts with awareness. To change a habit, you must first notice it. Most people try to stop a bad habit without understanding it. That's why they fail. The author suggests observe the trigger. What starts the habit? Observe the routine. What do you do automatically? Observe the reward. What do you get from it? Once you see the loop, you can disrupt it and replace it with a habit that serves you. Habits shape your mind. And your mind shapes your life. The chapter makes it clear. Your mental strength comes from the habits you cultivate. Positive habits reinforce your inner power, while negative habits weaken it. Every habit feeds your mind either with empowerment or limitation. By consciously choosing habits that serve your growth, you are training your mind to respond the way you want it to, not the way your old patterns demand. When your habits align with your goals, your mind naturally becomes focused, disciplined, and resilient. Over time, the life you imagine begins to take shape, not by luck but by the quiet power of repeated, intentional actions. Chapter 11, The Power of Focused Energy. This chapter reveals a simple truth: where you place your energy, your life follows. The author explains that your mind is like a spotlight. It can either illuminate possibilities or highlight obstacles, but it can't do both at the same time. Every thought, every action, every emotion you invest energy into grows stronger. Energy follows attention. Most people spread their energy thin, reacting to every distraction, fear, or opinion around them. The result? Confusion, stress, and stagnation. But when you focus your energy on what truly matters, the mind aligns with purpose. Problems shrink because you stop overthinking them. Opportunities become visible because your attention is tuned. Confidence grows because your actions become deliberate. The myth of multitasking. The author warns that multitasking is the enemy of mental power. Trying to do everything at once fragments your energy and weakens your mind. Instead, focus on one meaningful task at a time. Give it your full mental power. This is how small, consistent efforts create extraordinary results over time. Energy is contagious. Energy doesn't just shape your own life, it affects everyone around you. Positive, focused energy inspires others, builds trust, and opens doors. Negative, scattered energy drains both you and those near you. How to direct your energy? Identify your highest priorities. Eliminate distractions that steal your attention. Reinvest wasted energy into growth, learning, and purposeful action. The author stresses that this is not about working harder, it's about working smarter and with intention. When you consciously manage your energy, your mind becomes a tool for creation rather than reaction. Life stops happening to you and starts unfolding according to your focus, discipline, and choices. Your energy, once directed consciously, naturally shapes habits, beliefs, and results, creating momentum that carries you toward the life you want. Chapter 12, The Subconscious is Your Hidden Driver. This chapter uncovers a profound truth. Your subconscious mind is silently running most of your life. The author explains that your conscious mind is like the pilot, but your subconscious is the autopilot handling 90% of your thoughts, habits, and reactions. It's powerful, invisible, and constantly shaping your reality without you even noticing. The subconscious reacts to repetition. Every repeated thought, belief, or feeling becomes a program in your subconscious. Over time, it begins to control your actions without effort, decisions without questioning, directions without awareness. This is why old habits, fears, and patterns feel so automatic. Your subconscious isn't judging. It's just running what's been fed into it consistently, feeding the right thoughts. The author emphasizes that the mind grows whatever you focus on repeatedly. Feed fear, doubt, or negativity, your subconscious strengthens those pathways. Feed belief, confidence, and positivity, your subconscious builds support for growth. The key is intentional repetition. What you consistently think, visualize, or affirm becomes the lens through which you see the world. Visualize to reprogram. The chapter highlights that visualization is not just imagination, it's training your subconscious. By vividly imagining your goals, successes, and desired life, your mind starts to accept them as possible, shaping your choices and actions naturally. Awareness meets the subconscious. To harness this power, you must first become aware of what your subconscious has been running. Only then can you consciously feed it new programs, replacing fear with courage, limitation with possibility, and distraction with focus. The subconscious is neutral. It doesn't know right from wrong. It only amplifies what you feed it. The author stresses, be deliberate about your inner dialogue, thoughts, and daily focus, because your subconscious will take them seriously and manifest them in your life. Once you align your conscious goals with subconscious programming, your mind becomes a powerful engine driving consistent action, clarity, and progress quietly behind the scenes, transforming your life from the inside out. Chapter 13, Mastering Your Inner Dialogue. With this chapter reveals a truth most people overlook. The conversation you have with yourself shapes your reality. The author explains that your mind is constantly talking to you 24/7. Every thought, every judgment, every reassurance or criticism silently guides your decisions, emotions, and actions. Your inner voice is a mere or negative self-talk fuels doubt, fear, and hesitation. Positive self-talk fuels confidence, courage, and momentum. Two people can face the exact same situation. One thrives because their inner voice encourages action. The other fails because their inner voice sows fear. The habit of self-talk: most people aren't aware of how harshly they judge themselves. They repeat thoughts like, I can't do this, I'm not enough, this is too hard. The author emphasizes that these repeated phrases become beliefs, and beliefs become reality. Shift the conversation. Changing your life starts with changing your inner dialogue. Speak to yourself like you would a friend you care about. I can handle this, I am capable of learning, every challenge is an opportunity. Repetition builds the path. Chapter highlights that the mind responds to repetition. The more you reinforce positive self-talk, the more it rewires your mental patterns. Fear fades, hesitation stops, and confidence grows naturally. Your inner voice is your alliance. You train your inner dialogue, your mind stops being your enemy. It becomes your partner, guiding you toward your goals, protecting your energy, and pushing you to grow. The author stresses, mastering your inner dialogue isn't a one-time task, it's daily practice. But this practice transforms every decision, every habit, and every outcome in your life. Conclusion of the chapter: power to succeed, to grow, to thrive. It begins with what you tell yourself every single day. Chapter 14, Focus shapes your reality. This chapter uncovers a critical truth. What you focus on expands in your life. The author explains that your mind is like a spotlight. Wherever you shine it, energy, attention, and resources naturally flow. If your focus is scattered, your results are scattered. If your focus is clear, your life begins to align with your priorities. The power of selective attention. Every day, countless distractions compete for your attention: notifications, worries, random thoughts. Your subconscious mind reacts to what you give energy to. Focus on problems, problems grow. Focus on possibilities, opportunities appear. Your life doesn't just happen. It responds to where your attention goes. Habits of focused minds. The chapter emphasizes that people with strong focus don't rely on motivation alone. They structure their attention. They prioritize what matters most, say no to distractions, build routines that protect their mental energy. This is why some people make steady progress even under pressure. Their focus acts as a guiding compass. Focus and emotional control. The author also points out that focus is tied to your emotions. Where your mind dwells emotionally, your energy flows automatically. If you dwell on fear, frustration, or regret, your focus scatters. If you dwell on gratitude, possibility, and growth, your focus strengthens and your actions become intentional, practical. Focus shift. Key is conscious choice. Notice where your mind drifts. Decide what deserves your energy. Redirect attention to actions and thoughts that empower you over time. This builds mental clarity, reduces stress, and accelerates progress. Conclusion of the chapter: your mind is always working. The difference lies in whether you let it run randomly or direct it deliberately. Focus is the bridge between thought and reality. Chapter 15, Your Mind Shapes Your Actions. The chapter dives into a simple but powerful truth. Your thoughts directly drive your behavior. The author explains that every action starts with a thought. Before you speak, move, or make a decision, your mind has already created a blueprint. If your thinking is cluttered or fearful, your actions reflect hesitation. If your thinking is clear and empowered, your actions reflect confidence and purpose. Thoughts become habits. Repeated thoughts don't just stay in your head, they become your routines. Habits and automatic responses, fearful thoughts, avoidance and procrastination-led thoughts, consistent action and progress. Through people can face the same task. One hesitates, doubts and eventually quits. The other acts decisively, learns from mistakes and succeeds. The difference? Their mindsets before taking action. Action follows belief. The chapter emphasizes that beliefs shape behavior more than talent or circumstances. Your mind decides what is possible, what is worth pursuing, and how you respond to challenges. If you believe I can grow, you lack to learn. If you believe I will fail, you'll avoid trying. Creating momentum. The author highlights the feedback loop. Empowered thinking, intentional action, visible results, reinforced belief. Once this cycle starts, progress accelerates naturally. Practical tip to change your actions. Start by changing your thoughts. Notice negative mental patterns, challenge them and replace them with constructive growth-focused thinking. Over time, your actions follow and life begins to reflect your empowered mindset. Conclusion of the chapter: your mind isn't just a thought machine, it's the engine behind every choice and every outcome. Change your mind and your actions naturally follow. Chapter 16: Master your mind. Master your life. This chapter drives home a powerful truth. Your mind is the ultimate architect of your reality. The author explains that your mind constantly shapes how you experience life, make decisions and respond to challenges. It doesn't just influence your thoughts, it controls your emotions, actions, and ultimately your destiny. Your mind determines your reality. Every external circumstance is filtered through your mind. Two people can face the exact same situation. One sees it as a threat, feels fear and freezes. The other sees it as an opportunity, stays calm and acts. The difference isn't luck, it's mastery over the mind. Inner strength creates outer success. The chapter emphasizes that real strength comes from within. When your mind is disciplined, focused and clear, external challenges lose their power over you. You stop reacting impulsively and start responding deliberately. Calm mind, clear decisions, focused mind, consistent progress, empowered mind. Unstoppable growth tools to master your mind. The author provides practical steps to gain control. Observe your thoughts. Awareness is the first step. Redirect your focus, choose what deserves your attention. Reinforce empowering beliefs, repeat thoughts that strengthen confidence, take intentional actions. Let your empowered thinking guide your behavior. The ripple effect mystery over your mind doesn't just change your day-to-day actions. It changes your relationships, career, health, and overall quality of life. Your inner discipline radiates outward, shaping every part of your reality. Conclusion of the chapter: mind is not just a tool, it's the key to unlocking your full potential. Master your mind and you master your life. Chapter 17: The power of consistent focus. This chapter uncovers a simple but game-changing truth. What you focus on consistently shapes your life. The author explains that the mind is like a spotlight. It illuminates whatever you give attention to. If you focus on fears, doubts, or distractions, your energy feeds them and they grow stronger. If you focus on goals, growth, and solutions, your energy strengthens them and progress becomes inevitable. Small focus, big results. Consistency matters more than intensity. Small focused actions repeated daily create massive results over time. It's not about rare bursts of effort, it's about steady attention, daily practice. Skills develop daily. Focus, clarity emerges daily. Intention, momentum builds. Distraction is the enemy. The chapter highlights that the modern world is full of distractions. Notifications, noise, and endless choices scatter your mind. When focus drifts, energy is wasted and progress stalls. Mastering your mind means learning to protect your attention. The mind follows attention. Wherever you place your attention, your mind aligns itself. Positive focus strengthens confidence and determination. Negative focus breeds doubt and hesitation. The author emphasizes, control your focus and you control your life. Conclusion of the chapter: focus isn't just a skill, it's a superpower. Direct your attention with consistency and your life follows. Chapter 18: Habits shape the mind. Mind shapes the life. This chapter reveals a simple truth. Your habits are the bridge between your thoughts and your results. The author explains that every action you repeat shapes the wiring of your brain. Habits turn conscious effort into automatic behavior. Over time, these behaviors define who you are, what you achieve, and how you react to life's challenges. Small habits, massive impact. You don't need dramatic changes overnight. Tiny, consistent habits compound into extraordinary results. Just like drops of water carve a stone over time. Your daily routines shape your mindset and destiny. Positive habits strengthen focus and confidence, and negative habits reinforced fear and limitation. Mindless actions create mindless results. Many people drift through life on autopilot, letting old patterns run unchecked. These habits keep the mind weak, reactive, and stuck. The chapter stresses that awareness is key. Notice your habits, choose new ones, and consciously replace those that hold you back. Habits reinforce beliefs. Your habits don't just affect what you do, they reinforce what you believe about yourself. Acting consistently in alignment with your goals rewires your mind to see yourself as capable and empowered. Neglecting your habits does the opposite. Conclusion of the chapter: habits are the engine of transformation. Master your habits and your mind and life naturally follow. Chapter 19: The mind is your greatest ally. This chapter drives home a final, powerful truth: your mind can be your strongest ally or your toughest opponent. The author explains that everything in life, success, happiness, relationships, and health, starts and ends with your mind. Your thoughts, beliefs, and focus determine the energy you bring to every situation. Master the mind and life works in your favor. Neglect it and life becomes a constant struggle. The inner dialogue shapes reality. Chapter emphasizes that the voice in your head is more powerful than any external circumstance. Positive self-talk builds confidence, resilience, and courage. Negative self-talk breeds doubt, fear, and hesitation. The mind listens to you. Choose your words carefully. Control the mind. Control your life. The author shares practical insight. A trained mind stays calm under pressure, sees opportunities where others see obstacles, and takes decisive action even in uncertainty. This isn't magic, it's disciplined mental practice. Awareness, control over reactions, focus, energy flows toward goals. Belief turns vision into reality. Your mind reflects your cohesive. Everything you experience is a reflection of the thoughts and choices you cultivate daily. Mastering the mind is not about avoiding challenges. It's about responding to them with clarity, strength, and purpose. Conclusion of the chapter: your mind is the ultimate tool for creating the life you want. Treat it as your greatest ally, and there will be nothing you cannot achieve. Chapter 20: Your mind determines your destiny. This chapter delivers a final, crucial insight: the life you live tomorrow starts with the mind you cultivate today. The author explains that your thoughts, beliefs, and focus aren't just temporary, they are seeds. Every day, your mind plants ideas, habits, and intentions that grow into the life you experience. What you nurture inside will shape your external reality. Choices today, results tomorrow. Every choice you make influences your mindset. Focusing on growth builds resilience and opportunities. Focusing on fear strengthens doubt and limitation. Even small shifts in thinking can trigger massive changes over time. The mind is like a garden: neglect it and weeds take over. Tend it consciously and it blooms abundantly. Master your inner world. The chapter emphasizes that external circumstances are rarely the problem. Success, happiness, and freedom start from inside. A strong discipline and aware mind creates clarity, confidence, and unstoppable momentum in every area of life. Your mind is your legacy. The author reminds us that what you train your mind to believe today becomes the foundation of your future. If you feed it courage, focus, and faith, your life follows that path. If you feed it fear, doubt, or negativity, life mirrors that instead. Conclusion of the chapter: your mind is your ultimate architect. Shape it with intention, focus, and belief, and your destiny follows. Chapter 21: The mind is the gateway to freedom. This chapter reveals the ultimate truth: freedom in life begins with freedom in the mind. The author explains that most people are prisoners of their own thoughts. Fear, doubt, regret, and limiting beliefs create invisible walls that hold them back from reaching their potential. True liberation comes when you take control of your mind and stop letting it control you. Your thoughts are your chains or wings. Every thought can either limit you or empower you. Fear-based thoughts keep you trapped. Belief-driven thoughts set you free. Chapter emphasizes that when you consciously choose your thoughts, you start breaking the chains and unlocking opportunities that were always within reach. Awareness is the key. Freedom starts with noticing which thoughts are holding you back. Once you see them clearly, you can redirect your energy toward thoughts that serve your growth, happiness, and purpose. Awareness transforms reactive thinking into deliberate acting, and focused thoughts create clarity and direction. Positive beliefs generate resilience and momentum. Master your mind. Master your life. The author reminds us that external obstacles can never fully stop someone whose mind is disciplined and empowered. The real battles are fought inside. When your mind is free, your actions, decisions, and results naturally follow. Conclusion of the chapter: your mind is the gateway to the life you want. Control it, train it, and your freedom becomes inevitable. Chapter 22: Small daily choices shape your future. Read this chapter drives home a simple but powerful truth. Your future is built on the decisions you make every single day. The author explains that life isn't shaped by a single huge event, but by countless small choices: the thoughts you feed, the habits you repeat, and the mindset you nurture. Each choice compounds over time, creating either momentum towards success or weight that holds you back. Consistency beats intensity. A single act of focus, courage, or positivity may seem small, but when repeated daily, it transforms into extraordinary results. Conversely, ignoring small habits of the mind, fear, doubt, procrastination, allows them to grow unchecked and dominate your life. Your mind is the compass. Every choice you make is guided by your inner beliefs and focus. When your mind is disciplined, decisions align with growth. When your mind is chaotic, decisions reinforce limitation. The chapter emphasizes that being conscious of your daily thoughts and actions is the key to designing a life you want. Momentum comes from awareness and action. Small, intentional steps taken consistently lead to unstoppable momentum. The author reminds us, you don't need perfection, you need persistence. One focused thought or action every day compounds into extraordinary results over months and years. Conclusion of the chapter: your life tomorrow is a reflection of your choices today. Choose consciously, act consistently, and your future will follow. Chapter 23: Your beliefs determine your limits. This chapter uncovers a fundamental truth. Your beliefs are the boundaries of your potential. The author explains that most people unknowingly live inside the limits set by their own beliefs. Whether it's fear, self-doubt, or assumptions about what's possible, these mental boundaries dictate how far you go in life. Change your beliefs, and you change your entire horizon. Beliefs shape your reality. If you believe you are capable, you take action, persist, and achieve. If you believe you are limited, you hesitate, give up, and remain stuck. The chapter emphasizes that beliefs act like a lens through which you interpret every situation. They color your perception, influence your decisions, and ultimately determine your results. The power of questioning your beliefs. The author encourages challenging old beliefs. Which beliefs are yours, and which were handed down by society, family, or fear? Are these beliefs serving your growth or holding you back? Once you question and reshape your beliefs consciously, your mind stops sabotaging you and starts empowering you. Conclusion of the chapter: your beliefs are either your wings or your chains. Change them wisely, and your potential becomes limitless. Chapter 24: Focus determines your reality. This chapter highlights a simple but life-changing truth. What you focus on expands in your life. The author explains that your mind is like a spotlight. It illuminates what you pay attention to and leaves everything else in the shadows. What you consistently focus on grows stronger. Whether it's positive or negative, where attention goes, energy flows. Focus on fear, fear grows. Focus on opportunities, doors start opening. Focus on limitations, you feel stuck. Focus on possibilities, you find solutions. The chapter emphasizes that controlling your focus is not about ignoring reality. It's about choosing where to place your mental energy to create the life you want. Focus is a skill, not a habit. Your mind is constantly pulled in multiple directions by distractions, worries, and social influence. The author teaches that mastering focus requires conscious effort. Notice when your attention drifts. Redirect it toward what truly matters. Reinforce it daily through small, deliberate actions. Conclusion of the chapter: your reality is a reflection of your focus. Direct your attention intentionally, and your life will follow. Chapter 25: Discipline builds freedom. This chapter reveals a paradox that many overlook. Discipline is not restriction, it's the gateway to true freedom. The author explains that most people mistake freedom for doing whatever they want in the moment. But real freedom comes from having control over your mind, habits, and choices. Discipline trains your mind to focus, act consistently, and resist distractions, which ultimately creates more power and flexibility in life. Small, consistent actions matter most. A disciplined mind chooses long-term growth over short-term comfort. Daily routines, even tiny ones, compound into extraordinary results. Skipping discipline once may feel harmless, but repeated neglect builds chaos. The chapter emphasizes that discipline is not about perfection. It's about consistent effort, awareness, and the ability to return to your path after every distraction or failure. Freedom through structure by mastering your mind and habits. You gain freedom to pursue your true goals without inner resistance, handle challenges without panic, create opportunities. Instead of waiting for them, conclusion of the chapter. Discipline is the bridge between intention and results. Master it and your life becomes a canvas of your own design. Chapter 26. Your environment shapes your mind. This chapter uncovers a truth many ignore. The people, places and things around you directly influence your thoughts, habits and mindset. The author explains that your environment acts like soil for your mind. Positive, supportive surroundings help you grow, while toxic or negative influences stunt your progress. Even the strongest mindset struggles if it's constantly exposed to chaos, criticism, or distraction. Environment influences behavior. Surround yourself with motivated, growth-oriented people. You start thinking and acting like them. Stay in negative, doubtful or lazy company. Your mindset slowly adapts to match them. Organize your physical space. Your mind feels clarity and focus. Fill your digital space with inspiration. Your habits align with growth. Chapter emphasizes that awareness of your environment is just as important as awareness of your thoughts. Without it, your mind is constantly reacting instead of creating. You can change your environment. The author stresses that you don't have to accept a toxic environment. Small adjustments like changing your friend's circle, workspace, or daily media intake can have massive effects on your mental energy and focus. Conclusion of the chapter. Your environment is either feeding your mind or draining it. Choose it wisely and your mindset and life will transform. Chapter 27. Your habits decide your destiny. This chapter reveals a powerful truth. Small daily habits shape the trajectory of your entire life. The author explains that success, happiness and personal growth are not results of one big decision or sudden inspiration. They are the natural outcome of consistent, seemingly small choices repeated over time. The compound effect of habits. Positive habits, even tiny ones, multiply over months and years into massive results. Negative habits, even minor ones, quietly erode your potential and hold you back. Habits don't require motivation, they require consistency. The chapter emphasizes that most people focus on goals but ignore the system behind achieving them. Habits are the system. Without a supportive routine, goals remain distant dreams. How to build habits that stick. Start small. Make the habit easy to begin. Anchor it. Tie it to an existing routine or QRP daily. Consistency beats intense. Track your progress. Visibility strengthens commitment toward yourself. Reinforce positive behavior. Conclusion of the chapter. Your habits are the invisible architects of your life. Master them and your destiny follows naturally. Chapter 28 focuses your superpower. This chapter uncovers a simple yet profound truth: where your attention goes, energy flows and results follow. The author explains that most people waste enormous mental energy chasing distractions, multitasking or reacting to every external stimulus. Focus is what separates high achievers from everyone else. It's not about working harder. It's about directing your mind to what truly matters. The power of concentrated attention. Deep focus amplifies learning, creativity, and problem solving. Interruptions fragment your mind and slow progress. Attention is a resource. Protect it like your most valuable asset. The chapter emphasizes that focus is more than just working on tasks. It's about aligning your thoughts, habits, and environment toward your most important goals. How to train your focus. Eliminate distractions, silence notifications, declutter space. Single task. Give your mind one goal at a time. Use time blocks. Dedicate uninterrupted periods for deep work. Prioritize. Spend energy on high-value tasks first. Reflect daily. Ensure your attention aligns with your long-term vision. Conclusion of the chapter. Focus is not a skill you have, it's a muscle you build. Strengthen it and your results, clarity and success multiply. Chapter 29 Emotions are energy in motion. This chapter reveals a crucial truth. Your emotions are not just feelings, they are signals and energy that drive your actions. The author explains that most people either suppress their emotions or let them control their decisions. Both extremes weaken your mind. The key is to recognize, understand, and channel emotions constructively. Emotions shape decisions. Fear can either paralyze or alert you to take smart action. Anger can destroy relationships or fuel determined effort. Joy and gratitude amplify motivation, creativity, and resilience. The chapter emphasizes that emotions are like fuel, they can power you forward if used wisely. or they can burn out your energy if ignored. How to master your emotional energy. Notice your emotions. Pause and identify what you feel. Understand the cause. Ask why this emotion has arisen. Choose your response. Don't react automatically to phase in some energy. Channel strong emotions into purposeful action. Conclusion of the chapter: emotions are neither good nor bad, they are tools. Learn to harness them and your energy focus and influence skyrocket. Chapter 30: Your beliefs create your reality. This chapter uncovers a fundamental truth. What you believe about yourself and the world shapes everything you experience. The author explains that most people underestimate the power of belief. Beliefs act like lenses, filtering reality and determining what you notice, how you interpret events, and what you feel is possible. The impact of beliefs: limiting beliefs create fear, hesitation, and self-doubt. Empowering beliefs unlock courage, creativity, and action. Your mind constantly confirms what it believes, whether true or not. The chapter emphasizes that changing your life starts with changing your beliefs. Success, happiness, and growth aren't just about skills or effort, they are about what you believe you can achieve. How to transform your beliefs. Identify limiting beliefs. Write down the thoughts that hold you back. Challenge them. Ask if they are really true. Replace them. Consciously adopt empowering beliefs. Reinforce daily. Repeat affirmations and take aligned actions. Conclusion of the chapter: Your beliefs are invisible architects of your reality. Change them and your life changes naturally.